This video is brought to you by Miniature Market. Thousands of board games, miniatures, and paints, discount prices at miniaturemarket.com. So it's after Thanksgiving here, and I think it's time to start thinking about putting together the list for best games of 2022. And I always like to do this list because it kind of solidifies a lot of things. But this year I wanted to do something just a little bit different. I'm going to put out there to you guys what you guys think are some of the best games that came out this year. Now, I'm going to tell you what is probably going to be in this list, and it'll probably be a two-part video because it'd be hard to leave a lot of things out. So maybe I missed some things that maybe you guys really liked, but what I want to do is put together Rob's Tabletop World's top, let's go 25. Top 25 games of 2022. Now, I started thinking about the games that came out and, you know, how I'm going to do this. And I've got to look at a bunch of different games. I think Super Fantasy Brawl is one game that I have to add in there. I had so much fun painting this and playing it. It was a lot of fun. Long Shot. See, I'm looking at my list here that I wrote down, so you guys got to bear with me. I'm going to put these out there, and maybe you guys disagree or agree with some of these, but I want you to put into the comments what you think is, you know, your top 5 games of the year. Make it top 5, and then I'm going to take what everybody says, and I'm going to look and I'm going to say, okay, does that add in with mine, and somehow come with a very balanced assumption of 25 games that are considered the best by the people and myself here on Rob's Tabletop World. Okay, I'm not talking about myself in third person, so bear with me. Long Shot, the dice game, I want to throw in. I want to throw in that top 25. I thought that for a small game, that was absolutely fantastic. Oathsworn is going to be there. Stars of Ikarios, it's kind of on the edge of being there. The Kill Team, Into the Dark, I like to get in there. Massive Darkness 2, I'm thinking of putting in there. And I'm looking around because I just don't want to miss anything. I thought Lost Relic was very good. I'm not going to add in some of the other things. We can add some of the expansions from Hero Quest, which came out this year, which I'm kind of on the fence about. And I'm just making sure. The Everrain, you know, that's one that I think we kind of skipped over a little bit. Oh, look, we got the Godzilla thing here. But, I mean, I have so many different games. Truvong came out, I thought was very good. Frostgrave. I've got to take a little bit more of a look at that. And hopefully I can get that in before this list is going to be done. Arc Nova, I thought was very, very good. Well, you know, no, I played Final Girl last year, so I can't put that in, unfortunately. I'd put that in every chance I got. Planet Unknown, I thought was very good. We can't count the revised edition of Lord of the Rings. I'm not going to do that. And you know, it's kind of, this is such a hard list to put together. X-Men, X-Men United, Marvel United X-Men, I thought was very, very, very good. I can see where we would go with that. Let me see what else I got here on this list. Nemesis Lockdown, I don't know if that makes it. Wonderland War, I'm wondering what you guys think about that. Should that be on the list? You know, everybody wants to add Frosthaven because barely squeeze in. ISS Vanguard, that is a game that I have coming that I'm looking forward to. G.I. Joe, the miniature game, I think is one that I have to consider because I've been messing with that and I think that's been fantastic. you know, there's just so much great stuff that came out this year that I'm just really, I'm really blown away by a lot of the stuff that has come out. And you know, the latest edition of Dark Souls, the board game, Tomb of Giants. I've played that, and I think it's absolutely glorious. Some people are saying endless endless oh geez God, endless winter. I don't think so. You know, it's trying to find, you know, Gloomhaven. Do you add in Jaws of the Lion, which was very unique? You know, I wonder if you had that in. I'm really trying to really take in and do this in a way that we put in there, and we really have a solid list, and not just all about me. You know, World of Warcraft. I really like that pandemic type game that they did, Wrath of the Lich King by Z-Man. I thought that was very, very good. And I think that fits into this year. Masters of the Universe. I thought that was a fantastic game that popped out. You know, I've just got so much here that I can pick from. And I'm kind of curious, and as I keep on writing the list out, and I start putting things in and putting them together, you know, I run into, you know, could I make this video 50 games easy just because I don't want to leave something out? You know, Warhammer Horus Heresy, Age of Darkness. Another very, very, very good solid game that could easily fit into this list. And I really think it comes down to, you know, taking a look at what you guys have, what I'm going to put together, and really coming out. And, you know, even though I may not have mentioned it, I am compiling a list. There's a ton of GMT games that came out that were glorious. You know, really trying to find a balance. There's been a lot of games that have come out. I think this has been one of the best years, because it hasn't been about volume as much as it has been about quality. And there's been several times that you heard me, man, this is up for Game of the Year at some point, somewhere, somehow. And trying to narrow that list down to 25 is very hard. And I look forward to hearing what you guys have to say to help me out in this process. I'd like to get this video out probably by mid-December. So, you know, I'm going to be taking everything that you guys put into this, and we are going to get this compiled and get this filmed, and then we'll shoot the 2 videos, and then we'll play them for you over the holidays, and hopefully it's something that you enjoy. You know what I mean? Everybody does their top whatever for, you know, 2022 and everything else. It's I guess it's just a tradition, but you know, an old dog like me been around enough that I can get away with doing it. So, you know, I think if we compile it together, it's a different feel instead of somebody's just strict opinion. If there's something overwhelming there that maybe I missed, I'm going to include it. And I think that'd be a lot of fun. So, help me out here, folks. Help me pick the top games of 2022 for this year, and we'll compile that, put it together, and we'll have some fun with it. So I'm coming back here, and I'm cutting out the ending here, because usually I say take it easy, everybody. But I just thought of something that I want to add in here, and I was taking the SD card out, and I'm walking away, and I go, well, you know, this would be kind of interesting, but is it really my top 25? No, it isn't. So I decided to do something a little different, and I really need your help with this. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the top 25 of everybody from Rob's Tabletop World, so that when you take your guys' list, I'm going to put together. Well, you know, maybe I'll do the top 10 of it. I'm going to do a top 25 because I know I got more than 25 games. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to compare your list in popularity to my list. Okay? So as I go top 10 for me, okay, I'll go top 10 for you. So what I really need from you guys, and I need your help desperately, is put in the comments what your top 10 games of the year were. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to compile the list, and I'm going to compare it to mine. Okay? So, you know, it was Darkest Dungeon, ISS Vanguard, you know, maybe some of you really loved Ark Nova. We're going to take it and I'm going to try to make a top 10 out of your list, and I'm going to compare it to mine. And what I'm going to do is when we get to the top 10 or 12 or whatever, depending on how many you guys put down, I'm going to write down everything and compare it. And you guys can send it to me in Twitter. You can send it to me in Instagram. You can email it to me at novaprime860@hotmail.com, or you can put it into the comments what you think your top games are. And I'm going to combine from all those platforms, and I'm going to come up with Rob's Tabletop World top games of the people versus what I consider top 10. And what we're going to do is see how close yours are to mine. Maybe there's a different one. Maybe the people loved this game more than I did, and I love that game. And I think it's a different twist on it this year. So I came up with that, and I said, that's what we're going to do. So when I do top 10, I'm going to say your top 10 was, let's say, Warcry. My top 10 was Frag or something like that. And compare it as we go through and talk more about it. I think that'd be a lot of fun, and it'd be to see how much and how close our lists compare to each other. Maybe we both come up with the same number one, which would be kind of cool. Or maybe it's different. Who knows? Let's find out. So, excuse me. If you could, I'd really appreciate it. Your top 5 or top 10 games of the year in any order, and I'm going to catalog everything. You can email it to me, novaprime860@hotmail.com, or you can leave it in the comments here of this particular video. We'll give it like a week, and then we'll film everything, and boom, a little different spin on it this year. I like it. It's good to be different. Why be like everybody else? Until next time, it's your old pal Rob. We'll see you soon.